Hi guys. Can I take Mr. Sprucers and Mr. Hercules and we're gonna go on a little trail walk? Are you guys okay with that? Hi buddy. Spruce, what do you think of these guys? Huh? What do you think of these guys? You're gonna get to play with Spruce before too long. Yeah, can we go on a little trail walk? Can I steal your buddies? Hi, Princess.
Herc says, long time no see. I haven't been coming up to bother you as much lately.
He's like, whoa.
Good girl.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out.
We're doing something we have not done since I first had my reaction with my alpha-gal from the tick bite-borne disease or allergy. We have neglected the trail. We haven't been back on this part of our property in however long that's been now, a month or
Probably been at least
so.
a month, yeah.
And today is July 5th. We just celebrated Murica's birthday yesterday, which was fantastic. We both still have all of our fingers. I hope you guys do too, and I hope you had a good time. But we thought, what better way to celebrate the next day and get back into the swing of things from taking a little walk on the trail.
Yeah.
And of course, taking the dogs and the dog goat.
And the dog goat.
Goat dog.
Goat dog. And I was up all night sick with a migraine, so Kyle got up and took care of the animals for me today. It was super sweet to take care of everything, so we kind of thought...
Super sweet. Let's focus on the super sweet part.
Super sweet. So we kind of thought we'd just do something different today.
So we have had some storms and things over the last month and some change. We know in our area we've had a lot of trees across roads and things. So I was curious if we had anything back here come down. We're not very far into it, but so far, you know, pretty minimal stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, spider web. Okay, I have to admit, I loaded up on the bug spray down on my legs because I don't want ticks. I'm trying to avoid being bitten. So far, we've been very successful at that since we started this new lifestyle with the alpha-gal food allergy. But apparently I didn't spray enough up on my face because I got gnats and things trying to infiltrate my ears and eyes.
There's a lot of overgrown stuff out here. We just haven't been out here in so long.
I know. Look at our little goat dog. This is the first time even Nala and Herc haven't been able to be together that much as of late because we have all the extra goats now. And like this morning, when I went and took care of them by myself, I knew Shannon wasn't feeling real well, so I thought I would give her some time in the camper to, got a spider web, sorry. Thought I would give her some time in the camper to get to feeling better. And I thought, all right, we're gonna experiment with getting Blue out, letting the babies out, kind of tried some different things. And it mostly went okay-ish. The biggest problem right now is, so Blue still apparently smells a little bit appealing to gross Mr. Mario, our buck. And he would not leave her alone in a bad way, you know, not being too physical, but just being a little too aggressive, and thought that she was maybe in the mood for love, which was clearly not her intentions. So
and
for
we
now,
clearly don't want to take any chances of those two getting too close together.
yeah, which I don't think she is at that point. I think she just smells like that to him. Man, I gotta come back here and rip up on the four-wheeler, knock some of this stuff down again in the middle of the trail, but so far, ooh, that's not great. You see that?
I do see that.
That's definitely new. Now that is one of our standing deads as far as I can tell from here. Man, boy, that is hung up in the top branches of the other tree next to it. That's just waiting to come down.
It looks like there's one branch that already fell down.
Yeah, we really gotta start paying attention out here, because when we get to this time of year, you know, not all of these trees have the room that they need. They just grew up under some bigger trees and things, and some of them aren't as hardy as the others. And so if you look at like that guy right there, he's not the healthiest of trees. And in fact, you go all the way up, he looks like he's dead. And a lot of that is just from this dry time of year, kind of droughty. We could use a whole lot more rain, but that's why we wanted to come back here
and check
see
things out.
What state everything was in.
And we haven't really been back here since it's been really green too. So I
Not
kind of wanted to
much,
show
yeah.
them how green everything is.
Well, and that was a lot to do with the alpha gal, but we're ready. We got the sprays, we're kind of learning how to keep the ticks down. And of course, both of the dogs are medicated, and the goat dog, well, he's smart and stays on the trail just looking for stuff to eat. Well, yeah, heck yeah. Why wouldn't I? I just want to eat. He's so cute. You know, part of this too, we haven't had Hercules back here for that long, or Nala, so his scent hasn't been out here. I can't imagine the raccoons and the coyotes and
all the things that
all
he's
the
smelling.
predators. You know, it helps whenever we bring him back and he marks things and leaves his scent. It helps keep them at bay, and especially because we're not quite there yet, but here in a little bit we will be straight across from where the birds are. And if the predators were going to approach them, it would be from out of these woods, you know, and we don't have him around a lot. He's up there by the birds, so he can mark them. They smell it if they get close enough, but why tempt it, you know?
Oh yeah.
They're doing great. I was actually nervous that he was just gonna be gone. What you got, buddy?
Oh, something getting you, sprucers?
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Looking for stuff to eat.
He's so funny. He's just like a dog out here with us.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I tried to do with Blue this morning. You know, being cooped up in that 16 by 16 pen, I really wanted to get her out, let her stretch out again and graze. And for a little while I had just her and Spruce out. So it was really good to have her out, but I felt bad for the other goats, and they eventually all came out with me. And in fact, Hercules, Luigi, and Mama all went into the nursery pen with us. Blue didn't love it, and I did have Herc on his leash, but just like with Spruce, you know, Mama, we're 99.9% certain she's got a bunch of little Marios in her, if that's the appropriate way to say that. She seems ready to go just about any time. But whenever Spruce came on board, that guy,
Spruce Lee
Ninja Goat, but she would sniff him to see if this was her goatlet that she's supposed to be mothering. And when it dawned on her that it wasn't, she would always give him a little headbutt. It was hard to watch when he was that little. Of course, we would get her out of the proximity. She did the very same thing today with Harry and Larry. But Blue and Mama were standing shoulder to shoulder looking at Larry, and she was sniffing him, and I was like, oh, this is gonna go great. You know, her and Blue love each other. Next thing I know, she goes, bam, knocks him down. He lets out a little whine. Blue doesn't do anything to her. So I don't know. I may be building a second nursery as well as the adult pen for Mario. But right now I'm just using the Goatville gate to keep him out there when we need to.
totally just walked into a spider web.
Welcome to my party.
Yeah.
I think I've taken out about 10 of them.
They're loving being out here again.
Oh,
Herc smells
Nala-
everything. Spruce
Nala and
eats
Herc
everything.
have stopped and duck. Walk forward. Good job. It's hard to tell because it's been so long that it's all been rained on. It's kind of hard to decipher, but like, see, here's a bird feather. I would imagine that's from one of our owls. Oh man, this is definitely bored out cleaner. I don't know if that's rabbits or raccoons. It's so crazy, you know, how, civilized we've made it up there where we've cleared and stuff. But then you come back here and it's still just like forest everywhere. And so the wild animals out here, I mean, they've done what they've done for however many decades there haven't been people. I think my favorite thing is this Spruce is just like, yeah, okay, Herc, clear the area for me and then I'm just going to snack, okay? Okay, thanks. Mom, this is a good one. I want to stay here with this one till I'm finished.
Okay. Is that yummy?
I mean, you have to talk about poo in every video, right? Or we have to.
We don't have to.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, you know, when I was in high school or late junior high, it doesn't matter, we dissected owl pellets. And I don't know if that's every owl. Do they all have these pellets? They're just they kind of look like a ball of poo.
That's disgusting.
I know,
babe.
but then it's how you determine, you know, what they eat, and it's really weird. But my point is, excuse us. My point is, I've seen a lot of this big white bird poo out here, and that is not, you know, wrens and cardinals or whatever. I don't know. Do owls sometimes have regular bird poo that aren't pellets, or what is that? Because that's a pretty good sized bird. Herc's gonna check it out for me. He said, hey, you draw attention to it.
I don't really even have anything to say about it. Like,
You just say, I'm
more poo.
not familiar with that poo.
I'm not familiar with that poo. Come on.
Are you so happy, Hercules?
Herc's like, I'm being good. You're not.
Well, I just got back from the feed store getting them refreshed on all their bags of feed and everything. When I pulled up the driveway, he was in his house and came out like eyes barely open. He was taking his midday nap. So we did interrupt that a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna complain one bit.
I don't either. And I think he's going to go back and nap some more.
Oh, for sure. He's doing such a good job. I really expected him to run
He really is.
everywhere. I'm gonna say that, and next thing you know, he's gonna take off, but
Hopefully not. I bet he'll stick to the trail pretty well because he hasn't been out here in so long.
yeah, that's very true. He also hasn't spent this much time with Nala in a long time because we don't let her out while we have the goats out because she'll get smacked, and she would not like that.
Definitely don't want to do that.
Look, babe, that's the poo I'm talking about. That ain't no rat. That's a big bird. I'm gonna have to Google bird poo and study
You
it.
should take a picture of that and Google it. What kind of poo is this?
You know, I think Ace Ventura would taste it, and he could tell where it was from.
Well, you know, you are a lot like Jim Carrey. Have at it.
Well, but you're a lot like Ace Ventura, aren't you?
No.
So you're not gonna taste it? Fine. We'll just let Herc be the taste tester, and
Gross.
I'll do the Googling
How about
later.
nobody taste test? It's really quiet today.
Yeah. We got a nice breeze, overcast. I mean, it feels like it's way cooler than it has been, but it's still in the lower 80s.
I think it feels great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. Just means there's some work I need to get done and take advantage of this day.
Yeah, that's true.
Spruce says, "Hey, I left my scent out here too with my little pellets."
He's so cute. He just goes right along with them.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna eat on my way, okay? Wait for me.
Wait up, I'll be there in a minute. Oh, that's yummy. So other than that one we saw back there, I'm not really seeing, I mean, I'm sure there are limbs and things that have come down that I'm forgetting about, but I'm not really seeing anything new
I'm not either.
down or widow makers over here, you know?
I mean, these are all trees that have been down for a long time.
Oh yeah. I've even assisted some of them down.
What are you doing, princess? She's such an explorer.
So her and Hercules left the trail. Where do you think Sprucer's is?
Oh, I'm sure he's on the trail.
Oh, I'm still right here on the trail snacking on something. I ain't going in there with the dum-dums. Man, I know we don't show it very often. I don't like to show other people's property if I can help it, but the folks that used to own this land over here sold it about the same time we bought ours, and theirs is clear from basically their first 2 acres and then all the way back to the back property line. And that we've not been back here to see. That stuff is tall.
They have not brush hogged that at all.
I don't even know if they have a tractor.
That is very tall.
That's incredible.
So crazy how different it looks.
You know what that means. Maybe we could talk to him about leasing it, and we could run cattle over there.
I would not be opposed to that.
And maybe by the time the cattle are big enough to be processed, maybe I will have overcome alpha gal and I could have steaks and burgers and things again.
That would be super nice, babe.
Yeah, it would. Huh. The possibilities.
thought.
Food for thought, literally.
How
Hi,
you doing,
guys.
princess?
Oh, buddy. What did we pick up? There's a tick right there. Bud, hold still, please. Good boy. Everybody take a breather. Take a breather. So I'm going to try to keep him from brushing up on me too much, because that is definitely one way of getting ticks transferred over to me, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the neighbors know I have on tick spray right now. It smells so good.
Spruce is like, I want to eat everything on the way.
Well, if you find any poison ivy, buddy, would you please go ahead and get rid of that for me?
He says, sure.
Just finally got over my sumac. For the most part.
What a beautiful day.
Spruce stopped right in front of Herc, and Herc just kind of bumped right into him like, hey, go on.
Keep going.
Come on.
Well, we haven't come up on this side. Look
Wow.
how tall all this is.
Nala, come this way, honey. We're going to go on the right side, babe. Come on. Come here. You too, Bubba. So if you're new here, or you haven't been with us long, that's one of our trails that we cut through the property soon after we got it, because we've always wanted a trail like that. But basically where it spits out is back up here behind where the birds are. So if you saw us move the birds in the last video, that's where we're at right now. We're coming up on the top side of that hill.
Come on, sprucers.
Man, these things are weird. Didn't you look up what they are?
It's mullein.
Yeah, so did you look up what that is?
It's a plant.
It looks disgusting.
Well, they used to be a lot more
Together
yellow.
and pretty, yeah, but it's like all that stuff is dropped and it's down in the leaves now.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of uses for mullein from what I read.
Like hitting it with a brush cutter?
Well, that's one.
Can you get me a brush cutter, please?
Spruce is like, all right.
Don't lick me. Yes, good girl. Did we get all the ticks, Herc?
Well, it looks like your birds are doing pretty good.
Yeah, we had a talk this morning.
You and the
see-
birds?
Yeah. See the red coming in on the big Turk's necks?
Yeah.
They're growing, man. If they'll puff up at you now, like they think they're pretty tough stuff. We did actually get some rain last night, and the birds do go back in the coop, but this specific run, which I know, I haven't talked to you about it in detail yet. We had different plans for today, but we've accommodated a bit for Shannon fighting that migraine. So we'll get back to this with more details, but it did come with that one tarp that covers a third of the length of it. So I went ahead and put that up in the front. That way if it started raining again, because it was kind of sprinkling throughout the day, they have another place they could just stay out in the run and they don't have to go in the coop.
Oh, good.
So they were totally fine with me doing it. They didn't really care that I was throwing things across. They now, when I start the four-wheeler to drive up here with the worms and stuff, they get excited and come to the front of the run. Like,
Oh,
I
that's
feel like
awesome.
they're kind of like Dad's chickens, where
Oh, yeah.
they're starting to understand who we are and that we bring them worms. That sounds weird.
Hey,
but they like them.
I might have beat you to something. I got the bronze Turk to eat wormies out of my hand yesterday.
I got her to eat them out of my mouth yesterday.
Oh, whatever.
You're way behind. You need to get caught up.
She's not eating out of my mouth. I'm not putting worms in my mouth.
She would, man. She is the most
She's
friendly
so sweet.
of all of them and curious. But what I'm going to start working on very soon, now that we've got this up, and now that I think we know this is where we're going to leave it, because, you know, we've talked about this, we're going to free range these birds. So as they get a little bit older, they get more familiar with this space and they know this is their safe home they can come back to of an evening, we will be free ranging them. However,
So you're concerned about them not having any grass? they're going to have access to all of this
Oh yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, just like with the coop down there, if we were to move this whole structure over that, I don't think it would take but about 2 days, maybe 3 tops, and that would look just like this over here.
Oh, for sure.
Well, go look at Grandpa Adler Farms. My dad, anywhere his chickens are and where he's got that poultry fence up that they can go out and run and everything, like there's no grass.
There's
None.
literally
It's
no
all
grass
gone.
except the grass he's growing under the little hardware cloth.
Yeah, so I wanted to give them a place that was a little less grassy right now, but it has fantastic shade. It has all these roosting options because there's a lot of times your guineas won't come back into their pen.
Are you okay, honey?
Goodness, what did you, it's from that poo you were eating on the trail.
Oh, look, she just slimed it on me too. Gross, Nala.
So now that we know this is where it's going to be, what I plan to do is build their coop or their shelter, if you will. I'm going to build it the same width as this here, and then I'll probably build it up a little bit taller, mostly for myself, but also because the guineas do want to roost as high as possible, and that's why they like the trees and whatnot. But if we could butt it up to this, and then we can cut their entrance, you know, in this netting right here, then it's all just kind of one fluid thing for the guineas and the turkeys.
And we can have a way to get into the shelter from back here and have storage for their food and their worms and all that.
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to have their entrance in from this side, but I would also like to have an entrance from the outside. And then of course some kind of storage so that we're not always bringing up their food and snacks and things. But like anything else, it's a progression and we're learning. And I'm just super happy to have them out having more space than just the coop provided.
Yes, for sure.
But I mean, look, they're even laying down, hanging out with the dogs and goat walking around them.
What's funny is the majority of them are inside that little coop right now.
Oh, it's that, you know, they spent the most time in there, so
Yeah.
that's what they know as their safe place. You see my fancy swing that I set up for him?
I love it.
I didn't want it to be a swing. I wanted it to be more stationary, so I kind of twisted that wire and I tried to make it so that it doesn't move. But if you look real close at it right here, somebody has been up on it. You see
Well,
that?
it definitely looks like it.
Yeah. But I basically just hung a stick from the rails. I don't know. We're just playing. We're finding out what they enjoy. They love that little roosting stick down there. There'll be about 4 or 5 guineas on that just staring out, especially closer to evening time. So we're enjoying it. They're a lot of fun. They're not scary, right, Shannon?
The guineas are not scary. The bronze Turk is not scary. These white Turks kind of scare me a little bit. They do. They'll come right at you. And so it's like, I think they're going to chase me sometimes, and that terrifies me.
Well, if it makes you feel better, they're still going to get a whole lot bigger than that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Nala.
As are the guineas and even the bronze hen. I'm actually curious to see size-wise how big the bronze gets versus the white.
You know, I am too. I really am too.
Because right now I get her confused with our first 3 guineas that we got.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what happens with the dogs, especially Nala. She did this over at Grandpa Adler Farms too. If she can get them riled up a little bit and they start moving and chirping and fluttering, she will run laps around this thing just chasing them and freaking them out.
Like the turkey's puffing up.
Look how fast those guineas move though, man.
Nala says, look how fast I move.
Are those guineas pretty fast, Nala? Yeah, I can catch them, though.
What do you think of those turkeys, Nala?
Snack time. Ooh, I want to snack on that one. Herc, you're being so good, buddy.
You are being so good.
You do so well when Nala's out here.
He's like, I do well all the time.
He does, it's just when his whole crew is out, then he gets so protective and he has to do all the perimeter checks and he goes way further than we prefer he does. And that's why we carry the leash and keep the collar on him when he's outside of the goat pen.
Those are lessons learned the hard way.
Yeah, yep. Oh, is Big Turk afraid of you there, Nala?
Nala, you've pushed them all inside the little coop except the one turkey. Do you feel accomplished? She's like, Herc, look what I did.
Herc, come play this game with me. It's awesome. It's a good boy.
Little sprucers over here.
Oh, he's just eating.
Just
Snacking
being a
and
goat
eating.
dog.
So I am happy to report, and I know this is not the case for most people and their animals. In fact, Nala hates fireworks. She hates firearms. She hates fireworks. She doesn't want to
She
hear
hates any loud sounds,
Yeah.
period.
even if she can witness them. So we have special treats for her that help her nerves and everything, and she did great through the 4th. But even all of our goats and Hercules, the birds, they had no problem with it. And let me tell you, there are some big shows that people put on out here, and we were checking on them, not even phased. Not one
even
bit.
phased. I sat outside for a while just listening to everybody's fireworks and nothing. I mean, they just kind of did a little perimeter lap every so often and they were fine.
We were very fortunate. I think we hear a lot more gunshots and hunting and things out here, and they of course hear me with my firearms, or Shannon when it's time for us to train or have fun. But very, very grateful for that. I know it can be a very tough time of year for the animals, and people got to keep an eye on their animals to make sure it doesn't, scare them out of their pens or whatever. So happy to report, we had a great 4th. They had a great 4th.
Everybody did fine.
And progress is coming right along, Miss Nala. What do you think? Yeah. You guys have a good time, just the 2 of you and your goat dog friend over there? Little brother? Yeah.
They're like, he's just a tag along.
Yeah, but you would protect him if something happened to him, wouldn't you?
Well, you would.
It depends on what it is. All right, well, this was your little Wednesday walkabout. We've had a busy weekend, and of course we've got the goatlets, and we're still working with them, and the birds, and I mean, things are they're just moving.
Yeah.
But it's been good. We wanted to get back out on the trail. Shannon and I took an intermission for tick check. We're both, I think we're doing okay.
I think we're both pretty good.
The dogs are good.
I'm better from my migraine. All is fine there.
Yeah, that's
Feel
fantastic.
better. Yeah.
And now I get to start building again.
I'm super excited about
I've
that.
been craving it a little bit. I've been missing it. I
Yeah.
love my shed. I love having that back, but it's always fun to have some kind of building project that you can just go do dedicated work on.
I'm always happy for you to be building something. Because
'Cause
it means you're making things better out here, making it easier.
I thought you were going to say because it gets you out of the camper and gives you some time.
Well,
Or
that
gives
too.
you time to go do other projects.
That too.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming by. We hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July, America's birthday. And if you're not from America, hopefully you celebrated it too, right?
I don't think they celebrate
not
if
it.
they're not from America.
Well, but I mean, I thought everybody celebrated America.
In America.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. All right, well, we love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming by, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. I don't think he's looking at the birds. I think he's looking at their food.